everybody.
Hola, fellow peeps. Welcome to Anime Eats,
The channel where we give you freshly served reactions. My name is Randro, your video editor here.
and my name is Marissa Blue, your cosplayer.
And
welcome to all the newbies to the Anime Eats gang.
and for the rest of y'all, welcome back. Welcome back to Anime Eats, where we watch nothing but anime. Right now we watch Attack on Titan. Ooh, ready? Ooh.
Crazy.
Make sure y'all check out the last recap discussion that we had. All right, because it's lit.
Make sure if you haven't watched us before, you're going back and watching past episodes before this, because if you miss those discussions, you're not going to understand our discussions.
Not gonna understand that.
There's a lot going on.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button to become an Anime Eater gang today. What else can they do, Marisi?
You can also go to Instagram and follow at Anime Eat. Follow me at Miss LaBlue. Follow him at For Real Though. And go to the description box below. And go to our Patreon if you want to see blooper compilations, vlogs, cool stuff like that. And to go to our Discord link. It's public for the YouTube community.
Make sure you check out the info card right above Marissa's head to check out the latest content and just, Patreon and more. Alright? Without further ado, we're gonna start this video in 3, 2, 1.
Uno.
ユミルお前
雪山訓練がこんなにきついとはな。くそ、足の感覚がねえよ。早く中に入れてくれねえか。きっと特別なごちそうが用意されてますね。クリスタがいない。彼女ならダズの具合が悪そうだからって一緒にいたはず。そのダズもいないんだ。そしてユミルもいない。最後尾の班を待ってみたら、今さっき最後尾班長のトーマスがついた。最後尾見てないらしい。探しに行かなきゃしょうがねえだろ。僕も
全員小屋に入りなさい。
でもクリスタと
明日の早朝捜索隊を出す。
それじゃ遅いですよ。
遭難者を増やすつもりか。
くそ。
クリスタもう諦めろ。なって。
嫌だ。
ダズならすでに虫の息だ。自分の体調も把握できないやつが評価欲しさに来ちゃいけねえ訓練を受けちまった。こいつの実力はここまでだったんだろう。このまま毛虫並みの速度で麓まで歩いてたらこいつはもちろん助からねえし、私たちもやばい。
私はこのまま麓の基地にたどり着き、ダズも助かる。もちろんユミルは先に行ってて助かる。これでいいでしょ。あなたには迷惑はかからない。私たちは絶対にたどり着くから先に行ってて。
なあ、なんで私に助けを求めないの？お前さ、やっぱダズを助ける気ねえだろ。このまま死ぬつもりだったんだ。ダメだろ。クリスタはいい子なんだから。この男を助けようって姿勢を一旦は見せとかないと。自分が文字通り死ぬほどいい人だと思われたいからって人を巻き添えにしちゃ、そりゃ悪い子だろ。
違う。
前だったか。たまたま耳にしただけだ。内地のとある教会で生活のために金品を借りて回ってた時にな。物騒な話だ。妾の子が偉いとこの跡取りになっちまって、いっそ殺しちまえば全て解決すると話は転んだが、せめて名を偽ってつつましく生きるなら見逃してくれてやろうと。そうやって訓練兵に追いやられた少女がいるって。
私とユミルの生い立ちが。
まあ大体は。
それだけで兵士に。
さあ、よくわからん。いや、違うな。
私と友達になりたかったの。
違うね、それはない。ユミルとして生まれたことを否定したら負けなんだ。私はこの名前のままで生かした人生を送ってやる。それが私の人生の復讐なんだ。それに比べてお前は何だ。自殺なんかして邪魔者扱いした奴を喜ばせたいのか。なんで殺意が自分に向くんだよ。その気合がありゃ自分の運命だって変えられるんじゃねえのか。ここからダツを落とす。運よく無事に落ちた先に運よく人がいて気づけば、もしかしたら助かるかもな。こいつにはもうそれしかねえよ。奇跡でも望まねえ限りこのままここで凍ったミノムシになるだけだ。
でも落としたって死ぬだけだよ。
うるせえ。
ちょっとユミル、
私がやっとくから先行っとけ。
I didn't do my girl like that. She transformed.
そうならないように私も行く。
クリスタたちをほっとけないよ。
おい、何勝手なことしてんだ。
No.
お前ら止めんならその装備じゃ無謀ってことだよ。お前たちだけじゃ助かるクリスタも助からない。
That's a homeboy in them.
捜索には多い方が効率がいい。お前らありがとう。正直心強いよ。
おい、俺たちも行く。天気は回復傾向みたい
Hey,
だ。
Marco's tall.
食料持ってきました。ユミル、
遅かったね。先に着いちまったよ。ライナーたちにはもうすぐお前も着くから待ってろって言ったんだがな。本当にバカやっちまった。
ダズはどうやってあそこからダズを下ろしたの。
いいぞ、お前になら教えてやって。ただし約束だ。私がその秘密を明かした時、お前は元の名前を名乗って生きろ。
Oh shit. Did you remember that promise?
大勢の人の幸せのために死んであげた。
I gave up my life.
その時に心から願ったことがある。もし生まれ変わることができたなら、今度は自分のために生きたいと。
Here it is.
See, she's tiny.
Oh, she's tiny. She's tiny. Fucking Titan. See, look, that's the
That
same
is the
Titan.
Titan.
That's the same Titan. Yep.
Why is her teeth different?
I don't know. But that's the same motherfucking Titan.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Mm-hmm. But why is her teeth different? You was right, Marissa. Bring that out here, girl. Of course it's right
I gotta
there.
marry you.
I got married. You ain't dying now. Raina's mad. He is mad.
Boy, he looks dead.
あいつはどっちなんだ。
Yep.
エレンの巨人だったけど、自分がそうだって知らなかったんだろう。でもユミルはなんか巨人の力を知ってた風だぞ。ユミルが人類の敵かもしれないっていうの。そりゃこんな力持ってんだもんな。
I have a power to hide.
分かったもんじゃねえよ。一体ユミルの目的は何なんだ。
Mm-hmm. Bitch, you know, huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. If there's a tight that motherfucker. She let it go.
あいつなんだまさか塔が崩れること気にしているのかなんでなんでよユミル
Damn, everybody got a mold. And she transformed it.
おい何ビットぶってんだよバカそんなにかっこよく死にたいのかそうだ今さら天国に行けるとでも思ってるのか自分のために生きろよこんな塔を守って死ぬくらいならもうこんなもんぶっ壊せ
He said, hey now! Speak for your goddamn self! Dang, she tearing it now. Will grab me.
Wow, so she knows how to talk too.
Want to grab me.
She's one ugly titan.
まだ巨人がおいブス早くとどめさせろよ
Damn! She got fucked up.
Why's it got
Her whole goddamn mustache too.
But she's not gonna die though, right?
We don't know. If she get eaten, like in the neck,
No, but like, I feel like it'd be like Annie's situation.
like she slipped away in the motherfucking sea.
そんな待ってよユミルまだ話したいことがあるから
No.
まだ私の本当の名前
What's her
教え
name?
てないでしょ
Out of nowhere, huh?
Always.
待ってよまだ
Who the fuck is that?
Mikasa?
No. Yeah. It
It
is.
Mikasa.
みんなも下がって
Mikasa bad, bruh.
私たちに任せて
Oh, you bad, girl. Ooh! And he saving Amir's life.
Dang, they came in so clean.
Clean! 100!
That's my girl right there.
You already know who that is. You already know who that is. Mikasa going in? You know for sure Eren going in. Oh, his first kill.
Aaron,
As-
pay
as a-
attention, boy. Jeez. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that's crazy. Yes, Mikasa, keep on going. Keep on slicing. Who that?
ユミルが
Mm-hmm.
ユミル
Oh my god, that's so beautiful.
私の名前ヒストリアっていう
Mm.
Hanji's peeping this hard.
So she just gonna die? Can't she just motherfucking?
I hope she's just resting.
Motherfucker just gonna die like that? Like, can you regenerate?
I didn't want to make a big deal about it in the middle of the episode because there's a lot happening. But it's the first time I full on almost cried I kid you not.
Really?
Yes, when you're editing, you're gonna see me literally going like this because tears were about to come out when Amir was like giving herself.
Right.
Because it just reminded me of Annie trying to escape desperately, and then she looked like she was trying to escape.
And the story that they having, the story that they having.
It's like, and then Amir said, you know, she doesn't want that life. Annie acted like she didn't want that life. It's just like, what's going on with them? Like, why don't they want this life? What are they being forced into? And it's like, Annie showed that she had, I'm pretty sure Annie cared about Armin and them. And that's why she didn't kill them earlier on, or like she didn't put them in dangerous path when she could have. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't necessary, because I don't think that she wanted that to happen. And then it ended up turning around on her. And then I think Amir might be the same way, to be honest with you, but she's shown the same tendencies as Annie. She has the same mindset where she's like, leave Daz behind and we can survive. Annie has the same mindset, but then she cares about Krista, so she ends up putting Krista before her anyways, and then almost gets killed because of it. Same thing with Annie. You know, so it's like there's something going on with them. Like, they were taught a certain way, they were raised a certain way, and then they find that they care for people because they're humans. You know what I mean? They have a human soul, so they care for somebody, and then it almost gets them messed up. But they don't want to live that life in the first place. You know? That's crazy.
Their stories they doing it for a reason, and then that's like that with everything. Like, that's like that in the real world where we don't think that they're bad people, but you know, they do bad things, but they are doing it for a reason. Maybe it's hard times for them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they doing it because their kid is sick. Like fucking John Q. Like, this is a movie called John Q where Denzel Washington is the main character, the main actor, and the story is his son fucking collapsed during a baseball game because his heart is enormous for his body, and they need a heart transplant. And they were waiting on the list for a minute. So John Q fucking had a gun and hold that whole hospital hostage until they give his son this heart.
I'll do whatever I gotta do for him to live.
That's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? That's just a very bad thing to do. That's very sinful to do. That's very bad. And he's doing it for his son. I feel like that's the same reason for these for Annie and Amir and stuff, you know?
But they don't, but they're going against the life that they were raised to have. You know what I mean? So I feel like they are doing what we perceive as the right thing, but in their family's eyes, they're probably doing the wrong thing. You know?
What I'm trying to say is it just seem like that. They seem like they're good people, and they're just in this situation that they don't want to be in.
What's the situation? And I mean, even Amir told Krista they're similar because they were in situations where they were like hated for just existing, and they were like outcast. And she, in a way, wants revenge for that.
She said she wanted revenge, and she'd be damned to give her name. They said if I do that, they already won. That's what they wanted. But no, I'm gonna keep my name. I'm gonna get my revenge. But what is it? They are so not giving out that information. They're not giving out that information, bruh.
Their story is so beautiful, though.
Yeah.
Makes me so sad.
I feel them too. But damn, I didn't know you were gonna cry.
Yeah, it made me feel so intense. It made me feel so sad because like I just watched Annie do something similar, you know, and I felt bad for Annie, but we didn't really like. Yeah, we built somewhat of an emotional connection with Annie, but like everybody had told us in the manga, they built a much stronger bond between Eren and Annie, and we didn't get to see that. I feel like they really built this between Amir and Krista right in front of us. They really, really built that, and we were able to feel it a lot more. So it affected me even more, you know?
Everybody, yeah, man, they know what they're doing, bro. The flashbacks, once again, getting us the story, the history of with Krista, or Historia, and Emir relationship. And he said, why? Why me?
And the fact she wasn't... Sorry.
No, like, it's like, why me? Like, why you been by my side, bro? I felt emotional because of that part. Because I I feel Ymir. Why, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why you would do so much for me.
Yeah.
That's how Krista felt.
Even she did so much. She was willing to do so much for Krista, even to the point that she had transformed another time where she definitely wasn't supposed to, and she couldn't explain to Krista that what she had done, but she did it completely to make Krista happy, just so Daz could survive and everything. She sacrificed. She made that risk completely for her.
She said, "Why not?" Fuck, and then you're right. That was the same Titan. And I fed off.
Oh yeah,
that's so crazy, man. 2 heads are better than 1. We are so good.
Yeah,
I mean,
hopefully you guys watched our last episode. But in the last discussion, when we saw a glimpse of Ymir's face as a Titan, we had to go back to the flashback of the Titan that threatened Raynor and Berthold because it looked the same. The only thing that was questionable was the teeth. Teeth
and their size, because we always thought that if you transform into Titan, that confirms that you can be tall as a colossal, or you can be short like Ymir. That's crazy.
That's crazy. And
so it's like it's a sky. The sky is the fucking limit.
Yeah, like we really don't know.
I cannot base off of anything. Well, if Aaron is this way, there's no way this can be this way. Nope, you cannot do that. You can't.
Yeah.
Literally, that was the same last saying.
Yeah, it was the same Titan. That was crazy.
Like, good story, bro. Good story. And so, but why? Now the question is, why Ymir was there eating homeboy friend?
Maybe she had just turned, because you know how when Aaron was really lost and he couldn't think consciously as a human when he first started turning into a Titan? Maybe it was the same way with her. Maybe when she first started transforming, or the first time she transformed, she kind of went rampant. She couldn't really control her humanity.
Alright, so why transform that situation in that time? Like, why?
I don't know.
Why?
Who knows where Ymir's from? Like, we don't know much about Ymir and everything. Like, why she would be in the same area as Raynor and Berthold as a Titan. And that was a long time ago. You saw how young Raynor was? And that
nigga had a whole head, his hair's cut, but he had a bowl cut on.
He was super young, so that was a long time ago. So how old is Ymir?
Ymir was older though.
Ymir is a bit older, but she can't be that much older.
So then look at here. I mean, we think that Raynor is the armored Titan. So go back to those. That was on episode. That was the female Titan, I think, episode when we speculate that Raynor is the armored Titan. And then in the comments, y'all probably doing this just because I don't know, but y'all was like, man, Rainor's too young, man. It doesn't make any sense. God dang, Ymir was a Titan way back then when the same age, not same age, but when Raynor was young. It's possible.
Yeah, I think we see a lot of things are possible.
A lot of things are possible.
There's no limits, so I'm still not Raynor. I'm still not.
No, because Ymir played it off and laughing and jokingly with Connie about her mom transforming to a motherfucking Titan. Raynor was serious. Like, you really talking about that shit? Still trying to avoid that theory. They trying to avoid that conversation, both of them.
But I feel like
for different reasons. But still, Ymir is a Titan, bro. And then there's no reason why would she avoid that and joke? And then Raynor peeped that. No, Raynor is most definitely involved with the Titan industry.
But the thing is, Titan industry. But the thing is, we haven't really talked much about Berthold's position in all of it. But Berthold seems like he knows something that Raynor doesn't know. When he was talking about, this is going to the last episode, but when he was talking about, he just seemed to be more of a warrior back then. But he seemed very serious. He wasn't saying it like he was joking, like, oh yeah, he was a little warrior as a kid. No, he was but he was much more of a warrior back then. And even Raynor looked a lot he was kind of like, what?
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean?
Maybe he fucking made a deal with the devil and became a Titan.
I feel like he knows something that Rainer doesn't know about their past. I don't know.
We're this motherfucker a Titan too.
He might be.
Everybody's motherfucking Titan, dog. Everybody.
You're a Titan. She's a Titan.
Everybody motherfucking Titan. You too? Goddamn. We all just coming out the closet. We all coming out the closet. So we got Annie, Rainer. Oh, okay. It haven't been confirmed, but we think it's Rainer, Aaron, and not Amir. And we know.
Except we knew from watching Ilses Notebook. Once they mentioned Amir in season 2, we knew that she had to be. Well,
no, I didn't know.
Oh, sorry,
I did not know.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
I
Speculation.
I didn't know she was a Titan at all. I didn't even speculate that she might be a Titan. I don't know why I did it, but I just didn't. And now I'm pissing me off. I'm passionate. But damn, so until Rainer showed himself that he is a Titan, so we got Aaron, Annie, and Amir that we know that they are Titans of inside the fucking walls. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Beast Titan can talk.
I still want to know what's going on with Krista. We know that Krista came from a church family.
But then what did it say?
Because she was the mistress's daughter.
Mistress daughter,
So
but why does
that means that she was like shameful and couldn't be an official because her dad was a noble. And they're involved in the church. And he had a daughter by some mistress, meaning he was like cheating with some woman or having an affair.
But who's that woman?
I don't know. And Krista was the daughter. And so that's why they decided the only way she can live and have a life is if she changes her name and goes and lives somewhere else.
So it seemed like Emir just had connection with this girl so far. It just seemed like they just bonded and wanted to be just be her guy, her guardian angel, pretty much. Because of her, they just have that connection. They just have similarities, right? So what's up with the cult saying that we are here to look over Krista? Is because of this situation?
No, because the pastor straight up told Hanji that the only one that might know things that they can't say or something is Krista. He said something like that. So like she holds some type of thing. I don't know.
So what's up with that though? They didn't give us much, huh? So I'm thinking that Amir don't know that part.
I don't think so. I don't think Amir knows that.
So I'm thinking that Amir.
I think Amir comes from the party that has the insider Titans. She comes from whoever is bringing up people like Annie and whatnot. I don't think she knows about this whole Beast Titan side of everything and the whole like cult and the Bible. I don't think she knows about all that. Then again, she might, because we don't know why those Titans are referring to.
Okay.
We don't know those Titans like worship Amir. We don't know why those Titans know who she is, and
Think about this though.
So maybe Amir does know, and she was making up that story. I don't know. Not making it up, but like using it as an excuse.
Yeah. Say this then. What if a Titan shifter made babies?
Think Chris is the baby of a Titan shifter?
What if she's a fucking demigod?
I don't know.
What if she a Titan god?
I don't know, cause what does happen if Aaron and Mikasa? What does happen if Aaron and Mikasa have babies? What happens? Does he pass on any Titan DNA to his baby? Is that even a thing?
It could, right? So let's say the noble is a Titan shifter, aka a nigga in the neck, has sex with this woman, had this kid. What does she have Titan powers, bro? Just because of that. And maybe that's why.
Maybe they're all having Titan shifter babies. Maybe that's why Annie was trained from childhood. I don't know. Maybe they're like breeding them.
Who were their parents, right? They all died. Her mom and dad died because of those hooligans. Those fucking sex traffickers, yeah.
Talking about Mikasa?
Mm-hmm.
What does that have to do with?
I was just saying because remember, there was some type of It was some type of flares. Remember there was some type of flares?
Yeah, she had a lightning thing happen. Oh my gosh, maybe Mikasa's a Titan too.
I don't know. That's probably a stretch.
No, because they had some type of energy, like lightning
That's
flare.
probably a stretch. Let's see.
What if they can only do it after like a certain age or something?
I'm going back to the episode. What episode is
What
that?
if it's almost like the freaking like awakening your freaking Sharingan, like the Uchiha? Like what if you have to reach a certain age and have something happen or something has to activate it, you know? At this point, nothing's a stretch, okay? See, I feel like that's alluding to something.
See, and then that's what?
Yeah, and then she broke the fucking floor. Like,
and we thinking that.
That's not for no reason.
Okay, AOT. Okay, AOT. All right, so we think that Mikasa probably got some type of Titan powers.
Maybe, and we don't know what the doctor was going to check up on, but he was going there for Mikasa, I think, which is why he was telling Eren before he knocked on the door, like, yeah, Mikasa, she's around your age or whatever. Try to get along with her. I think he was there for her. I don't know, doing a routine doctor visit, we'll never know. So.
Alright guys, we think we covered everything. If we didn't, please go down to the comment section and we can have a discussion there, but please no spoilers. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button and become an Anime Eater Squad today. What else can I do, Marissa?
You can also go to Instagram and follow us both at Anime Eats. Follow us individually at For Real Though, at Miss LaBlue, and go down to the Patreon link in our description box below to check out the cool things we have for you on Patreon and the OVAs. If you haven't watched them, they're free. And we also have the Discord link down below as well. It's a public free Discord community for YouTube supporters.
Yay! And until next time, adios.